a drink?
I'm afraid the dishwater's as good as it gets in this establishment. Imlerith, was that your idea or Ciri's?
Spare me your lecture about responsibility.
I was actually going to recite an anthem praising your glory, but if you're not in the mood...
I thought you'd be angry.
Angry? Why? Because you supported Ciri in her decision? Or because you fought by her side and won?
What if we'd lost?
We wouldn't be having this conversation. And the female part of the continent's population would be drowning in tears. You won. No point bothering with what-ifs.
How'd it go with the lodge? Anyone agree to help?
I'm afraid the situation's looking grim. Dangerous times, especially for sorceresses. Each thinks 5 times before sticking her neck out. But it's neither the time nor the place for this discussion. Triss will tell you more.
Charming place. Why are you here?
I was able to establish Margarita's whereabouts, the prison in Oxenfurt. I also learned the identity of a man who escaped from there. He should arrive shortly.
What do you know about this fugitive?
I know he's the only one ever to escape from Geralt. Every guardsman in the city now seeks him.
Sure he can be trusted?
We'll soon find out. He just walked in. Abbe Faria?
Who's asking?
We'd like to talk.
Damn.
Best run and get him.
What am I to do now?
These humans go wilder by the day!
Looking for something unusual?
Damn it. Scaled the ladder. Guess I'm in for a roof walk. Thought you'd agreed to meet.
I said I'd found him, not that I'd spoken to him.
What do you want from me? Let me be.
Calm down. We just want to chat.
And then stick a shiv between my ribs. Leave me in the gutter.
Look at us. Do we look like bandits to you?
No. No, not really.
I'm glad you agree. Besides, you'd be worthless to us dead.
So you shan't hurt me.
No. You're gonna tell us your story, then be on your way.
Oh, so be it. But we really ought to go back to Kate's. It's unwise to linger in the street.
Drink up. It'll help.
Thanks. What do you want?
To get into Geralt.
Find a hunter. Tell them you practice magic. They'll lock you up lickety-split.
We need to get in without anyone noticing. Tell us how you escaped, then get on with your life. They say no one gets out of Geralt alive.
Aye, so they say. I thought, why not try it dead?
But they burn the corpses.
They didn't start burning them until they learned an old fellow like myself had escaped. Before, they dropped the stiffs into a great pit. The pit's connected to the sewers, and the sewers empty into the river. And once you reach the river, you're as free as a fish.
So you played dead. No one caught on?
As a youth, I'd apprenticed with an apothecary in Silverton. Learned a thing or two about herbs. Sleeping mushrooms grew on the walls of my cell, and I found belladonna in the prison yard. Just had to mash them together and eat the pulp an hour before evening rounds.
You might have lost your life.
I prefer to die on my own terms, were that to be my fate.
They say Dayrod's better guarded than the keep at Vicovaro.
We choose the guards from among witch hunters. The worst dregs, rabid fanatics. If you only knew what they do to folk. Torture every day. The wheel, the rack. We only knew peace on holidays when they'd drink themselves blind.
They're allowed to drink on duty.
No, not officially, but you know how it is.
So theoretically, we could get in the way you got out.
Assuming we don't mind the company of decomposing corpses.
And assuming you can squeeze through the grate. They barred the outlet to the river after I escaped.
Huh. Explosives could take care of that.
For half the city to hear us? I've a better plan. Oxenfurt was built on elven ruins.
Which have to connect to the sewers somewhere. If we can find a way into the ruins.
We'll get into the prison.
See? Wasn't so hard.
One last bit of advice. Find a new tavern. Everyone here knows you.
Thank you. Whatever your plans, I hope they work out.
So do we. So long. What he said about the guards could prove handy.
True. Things will go more smoothly if we can get even a few of them drunk.
Zoltan ought to manage it. I'll ask him.
Let's meet on the Oxenfurt Bridge.
My prince.
I'll give you a discount
For heroic deeds, but the
soldiers more well.
You mean me
We
to
can
grab
go
another
over
lad
here.
to join
Look at
us?
my face. Hey, Jackie, you're the oldest, so tell us.
Unbloody thinkable! In a hurry.
Zoltan?
Geralt!
They're holding Margarita at Dayrod. Got a plan to break her out, but we need your help.
What should I do?
Load a wagon with as much Mahakaman as you can find and drive it to Oxenfurt. Yennefer will give the signal. You'll drive through the gates and treat the guards.
Oh, these are terrible times. Since the mages left town, the hunters have taken to harassing non-humans. A dwarf lingering around the prison gates only stands to attract attention.
Right. Didn't think of that. I'll go straight to Yen in that case. She went to find a way into the ruins beneath the city. Novigrad doesn't seem like a safe place anymore. What's keeping you here?
I was keen on starting my own enterprise, but nothing came of it. Nevertheless, I took on some debt. Got to pay it back now. I'd like to blame it on the war or human treachery, but the truth is, I've got my own thick skull to blame. Rather not dwell on it, Geralt, if you don't mind.
Nice talking to you, Zoltan. See you later.
Happiness will come today.
Find a way in?
Several. Nearest is through a well not far from here. Did you arrange any help?
We'll manage on our own.
Shall we begin?
Let's do this. Sure the guards don't know about the passage through the ruins? Haven't planted sentries there?
They haven't.
How can you be sure?
Novigrad's hierarchs have taken great care to eradicate any and all memories of the city's elven roots. Even if anyone remembers the ruins are there, they have no recollection of how far and where they extend. And I'm absolutely certain no one's thought to place sentries there.
Hope you're right.
Feisty, eh?
Here we are.
This is it? Boulder was plugging the well until recently.
Due to an edict Hemelfart issued some years ago. But I managed to find 2 brawny and obliging passers-by who agreed to remove the impediment. For a modest fee, naturally. Here.
What is this?
Use it once you find Rita. I'll be able to pinpoint your location.
See you inside then.
Good luck.
Wet clothes. Oh, joy. Mechanism's broken. Missing a piece. Replace it with something else, maybe? Tomb Raider. Seems this one liked elven stuff. This'll come in handy. That ought to do it. Looks brittle. Breaks in here. Come on.
Looking for a bruising? Shit yourself. Ah!
Never fight a witcher.
What is this?
Margarita.
Who's that? Geralt. God, I'm hallucinating.
Getting you out of here.
It's pointless. We'll never open it without the key. The warden keeps them with him at all times. His room is upstairs.
Be right back.
No, you fuck! Come on, over here! Raise the barricades! Archers on the roof! All others to their stations! Watch out! I will kill! Doing it!
Come on, come closer.
Killed him!
Who are you?
How'd you get in here? Intruder! They killed him!
Thank you. Thank you.
God's reward you.
Thank you. Be careful now. Don't let him get you.
What are you doing?
Yen insisted on coming.
Rita, what have they done? When I get my hands on those whoresons.
I'll gladly help, if I live to see it.
I must take her from here, immediately. I can't pass through the portal with you both. You'll need to get out on your own.
Don't like portals anyway. Go. Ever fight a witcher?
Let him go.
I serve the eternal fire.
Where you go?
I bloody well told him not to stick his arse where he don't belong.
What am I to do now?
Careful not to do that, isn't it?
Greetings, Triss.
Have you lost your mind? You went after Imlerith by yourselves? To the Sabbath? How could you put Ciri in danger?
Come on, we came out of it fine. Can't say the same for Imlerith.
That's the sole comfort I find in this. But it's no justification. You know what might have happened?
But it didn't. I was there, had the situation under control. Mind if we change the subject? Past burning pyres on the way into town, non-humans on them.
Things grow worse by the day. No mages left in the city, so the hunters had to find someone else to victimize. We need to resolve everything as quickly as possible and leave Novigrad.
Any success with the launch? Anyone out there willing to help?
It doesn't look good. Ida outright refused, while Francesca won't budge from her little realm with a war raging. We don't know about Fringilla. Haven't been able to contact her.
Yen and I rescued Margarita.
I know. Dandelion set her up in a room upstairs. She's resting, slowly recovering.
What about Kira and Philippa?
Kira? I thought you, of all people, would know.
Few can refuse a sorceress. And Kira Metz certainly had her ways. But when she demanded the Mage Alexander's notes, I had to turn her down. Kira needed that, as she needed the impetus to start anew. She found it where she least expected to. Years later, known for discovering the cure for the Catriona plague, she was thankful none remembered her time in hiding as a village witch. I've seen worse matches. Hope things work out for them.
And I hope things work out for us, and we find Philippa and Rita. Did a little investigating. Learned some interesting things.
Namely?
Want the long or the short version?
Tell me everything. I want the details.
After fleeing Loch Muin, Philippa ended up here in Novigrad. She sought help from her former lover, the sorcerer Arthur de Vlister.
Philippa and a former lover? Something tells me happily ever after is not how that story ends.
Philippa had made a fool of him once. Arthur was out for revenge. He convinced her she'd be safest as an owl. She transformed, and he placed a dimeridium band on her leg. The mage hunt started shortly afterwards. Sadly, Arthur fell victim. They auctioned off his estate. Just so happened a certain dwarven acquaintance of ours stumbled on the auction.
Zoltan. Huh. So Philippa was here under our noses the whole time?
Was, precisely. Zoltan lost her in a card game a few days ago.
Yep, that's Zoltan for you.
A man showed up here, fleeced Zoltan bare, then proposed they play for the owl. Naturally, he won, then politely thanked Zoltan for the game and left.
Who was it? Know where he lives?
He's not from here. No one knows him.
Great. We got any leads?
We have this.
That Philippa the Owl's feather? Thinking divination?
Specifically hydromancy and a form of sortilege. We need a fountain where we won't be disturbed.
One outside the Passiflora could work.
Good idea. Let's go. We're here.
Nice and quiet. Shouldn't be any disturbances.
Let's begin. Observe the water's surface carefully. We can't let anything go unnoticed.
Graham et thuir, Robert Mekele, Alfelte. Graham et thuir, Deagnis Kerle, es Pirshena a et Clace.
Looks familiar. A bathhouse. I know the place. Dijkstra. He has her at his bathhouse. Might have guessed as much. Was that the past or the future?
The recent past. We have to hurry.
Let's go to the bathhouse. Might not be too late.
Come on. I hope we get there in time. I hope Dijkstra hasn't already hurt her.
The possibility.
Geralt had to face Eredin, but could only hope to beat him with the help of friends. The Wild Hunt could be defeated with exceptionally powerful magic, so Triss and Yen set out to reconvene the Lodge of Sorceresses. Avallac'h, too, began to lay plans.
Well? I hope we get there in time. I hope Dijkstra hasn't already hurt her.
The possibilities are many. Could be Dijkstra that got hurt.
Not likely. Dijkstra never forgave her for sending assassins after him. And Philip is weakened, no doubt about it.
Weakened, maybe, but still a powerful sorceress. If Dijkstra's men take the dimeridium off, Philippa will kill them before they can say, oh shit.
Stay out of my way.
I think I'm in love.
guess they underestimated Philippa.
Surrender! This place is a maze, witch! You'll never get out! Goddamn fools! After her!
We'll handle this.
Oh no, no, no! The sorceress stays here!
We're going together.
Not a chance.
It's fine, Geralt. I'll stay, in case she tries to flee this way.
Fine. Be right back. Damn, she cast a spell on the witch.
He's gotta die. Kill the Witcher.
Philippa, wait!
I am your master now. You're to protect me, understood?
Witcher, no, past go. Birdie, no, say.
Damn it, cast a spell on him too. She's hurt. Did you see that? I want to help her.
Birdie, no, past go, say. But no, let past go.
Ever had a stomachache?
But once old drowner it.
Her stomach aches like she just ate 100 old drowners.
But no want. Drowner make ache very bad.
Let me pass. I can help her.
But let past go. Witcher help.
I want to help you.
Help me die? Don't hold your breath.
I'm not out to hurt you.
Bollocks! You will not take me.
I want to help you.
Ha! Forgive me, but I just don't believe you.
Stop squirming. If I wanted to kill you, you'd be long dead by now.
What do you want? To torment me? To watch others do so?
I need your help.
betray me, and I will...
Relax. Not planning on it. Triss is outside. She'll explain everything.
Deepest apologies, but the lady will come with me.
Dijkstra, I don't have time for this. Get out of my way.
I've no quarrel with you, Geralt, but Phil and I have lots to talk about. Remember the assassins you sent after me, darling Phil? A grave error. Such matters ought to be handled personally, as I will now demonstrate.
I remember your little bond, but this is no time for a lover's quarrel.
But it's an excellent time to settle a score. Philippa will come with me and answer for all the courtesies she's paid me.
Always knew the value of information, Dijkstra.
Which is why I don't believe you have anything I don't already know.
The Emperor of Nilfgaard wasn't able to sway the Trade Corporation.
Opposition nibbling at his arse, eh? Seems the White Flame won't dance on the graves of his foes much longer.
His daughter has returned. The Emperor wants to abdicate, give her the throne.
Cirilla? Impossible. This could shift the tide of war. Provided, of course, you're not mistaken.
Emperor himself told me. So, information's firsthand.
Emir's a lying whore.
When it comes to his daughter's future, doubt it.
You've no idea of the importance of this information. A change on the Imperial throne could bring the war to an end. Radovid's sure to be delighted. If Emir sounds the retreat, there'll be no force left that could possibly stop that madman, especially in light of our bloody aborted plan.
You didn't actually believe you could do it. Radovid's crazy, but he's no idiot. Knows all too well there are dozens out there who...
Silence!
Do I understand you correctly? You want to kill Radovid? Well, Siggy, I am impressed. Doubted you still had it in you, frankly. Sadly, as you well know, Radovid has sought refuge on his boat. He's guarded so closely, I'd not be at all surprised to learn he shares his bed each night with 2 sentries.
You know too much, Phil. Yet one more reason why you must die.
Think you might want to hear her out. Dare say Philippa despises Radovid at least as much as you do.
I'm content someone apart from myself has finally gotten the idea to rid the world of the degenerate.
Save your praise for others. I couldn't give a shit.
Currently, only 2 individuals stand to draw Radovid off his boat. Emir and myself.
You'd agree to be the bait?
I fear you'd be hard-pressed to convince Emir to dangle himself as such.
Fat fucking chance. Geralt, I wouldn't trust this cunt to hard-boil my eggs.
Rightly so. I'm terrible with eggs. But think on this. Radovid hears that you've captured me. Will he not throw caution to the wind? Will he not jump at the chance to kill me, personally, with his bare hands?
Out of the question. Geralt, get her out of here before I burst a testicle. And then we must meet with our friends. I've leased a warehouse port side. Be sure to come.
Sorry to take so long, but I had to deal with the guards.
Hello, Triss.
Philip, are you all right?
I've been better.
I'll get you out of here.
Gonna be all right?
Yeah, thanks for your help.
My strength's gone. There must be order. How you go with this healer? I was fed a bit out minding my own business when suddenly he pops up here.
All we need is a mutant.
How'd you discover it was a city corridor?
Fuck!
On your way? Or will you stay longer?
Geralt,
What is it?
nothing just yet, but something's afoot. Philippa and Margarita want to speak to me.
Then talk to them. Not like they're out to bite you.
If they do, I'll bite back.
So what's the problem?
I bet they have plans for me. And they're deigning to inform me of them.
Got nothing to be afraid of. Just go. Listen to what they have to say.
And if they try to force me into something?
Can't believe you'd ever let them. Margarita's only ever cared about your education. Doubt she'll try to drag you into politics. Philippa's tougher, plays a mean game, but ultimately respects those who hold to their views. If she makes you an offer, and you firmly turn it down, she'll respect that.
Thanks, Geralt.
Well, go. Don't give them any more time to strategize.
Not going with her?
Can't hold her hand if they're gonna take her seriously.
True. Good decision.
Relax, she'll be fine.
Rita won't hurt her, but Philippa, she can be ruthless.
Ciri's been in tougher situations and come out of them all right.
True. We managed to instill some principles, skills that have helped.
Exactly, so there's nothing to be afraid of.
Of course. I'll just have a peek.
Don't spy on her. You really have that little faith.
I don't trust Philippa and Rita.
So why'd you even allow this meeting to happen?
For the same reason you did. If they're to respect her, she can't be seen to be hanging on to my apron strings.
Let me have a look.
In your dreams?
What do you see?
Philippa pontificating. Ciri pacing wall to wall. She stopped. She's saying something. Philippa's turned pale.
What now?
Quiet. Here she comes. So? You were eavesdropping?
Yes.
No. You haven't changed a bit.
If you want to be alone for a while, to digest, process.
Yes. I shall go for a walk. I must unwind.
Remember, we need to go to Skellige. Avalock awaits at the port.
I remember. I'll be there soon.
to spy for the Black One.
What's his name? Select. Oh, I've worked out quite well.
The eternal fire will light our way.
What can I do?
Rank. Wonderful. Mages, mutants, blasphemers, kobolds.
Greetings, Geralt.
What do you have on? So long.
Whole day wasted. Pizza right.
Stop staring, you'll jinx our work.
It's not too late to repent.
Rum and supper I never refuse. Oh! Something slightly about you.
Once there was a little primitive.
Young man, you just don't look well.
Oh, feeling.
The thinking customer will see right away up the best deals this side of
Winds howling.
What's left to think about? Shackle the horse. He was out to murder me.
Who's there?
Witcher Geralt.
Get in here. Corsair waits upstairs. You bloody tell us what this is about.
Just as soon as Geralt arrives, should he?
You won't allow him talk. Least you can do is pour around.
Witcher, at last. Now we're all present.
Then up the fucking creek. Why have you summoned us? Radovid's on his ship. We'll not get to him there, I told you.
Stop it! I've an idea how to draw him onto dry land. But all in due course. Let's start by confessing our sins. I let Philippa Eilhart in on our plan. Mea culpa.
Bravo. Bloody bravo.
Now, it's not a disaster. The Lady Sorceress is highly unlikely to warn the brat. What's more, she's willing to help us kill him. Naturally, it's nothing I'll ever agree to. But Phil, she's inspired me. Call her my muse.
Inspired you to do what?
Patience. We've yet to get to the substance of the matter. Geralt, do I recall correctly that Radovid's hired you to find Philippa?
Only thing I've found is her hideout. What's your point?
We can use Philippa without involving her, provided you help. Radovid expects you to report to him, bring him information about her. All you need to do is mention her name, intimate that you've a lead, you're on her trail.
Oh, he'll swallow that. Hook, line, sinker, and a good bit of the rod as well.
No, out of the question. If that's how you want to do it, I'm out.
Geralt, are you yellow?
Gave it a thought, saw the light. Never should have gotten involved. Farewell, Kingslayers.
The prick just popped our pumpkin.
Plowing neutrality.
Geralt had to face RADEON, but could only hope to beat him with the help of friends. The Wild Hunt could be defeated with exceptionally powerful magic, so Triss and Yen set out to reconvene the Lodge of Sorceresses. Avallac'h, too, began to lay plans of his own. The elven sage decided to erode the King of the Hunt's support in his own realm. With Geralt in tow, he ventured through other worlds to the city of Tirnalia. There they...
White Wolf? Well, the prick just...
but could only hope to beat him with the help of friends. The Wild Hunt could be defeated with exceptionally powerful magic, so Triss and Yen set out to reconvene the Lodge of Sorceresses. Avallac'h, too, began to lay plans of his own.
Deliver us from Eagville.
Ooh. No lollygagging lately. Eternal fire, why me?
Saw you at Chatsworth.
It's a waste of words.
Long live Radovich.
Greetings.
Greetings, Geralt.
What do you... So long.
Oh!
All right, Plague.
Geralt, positively delightful.
That's a rat for sure.
Got that twiddly back again.
What now? Fire's all about soldiering in the city.
Got a shot hate of this. You just don't well.
What's left to think about? Shackle the horse and he was out to murder me!
Liar! Won't pan this on me, Dad, then.
They told me, avoid doing business with dwarven scum. Stunted pricks, all this cheap.
Who's there?
Witcher Geralt.
Get in here. Boss awaits upstairs.
Just as soon as Geralt arrives. Which? Stop, Budor. Now.
Spot.
Patient.
What's your...
Wicked. Radovich.
Let's say Radovid bites, believes me, and none of that's a given. What then?
You'll tell him you found Philippa's hideout. Somewhere where we can easily set a trap and ambush. Suggestions?
Bridge to Temple Isle. Built up both sides. Lots of nooks, gates. Easy to block off from the rest of the city.
Good idea. I'll divide my men, post half on one end, other half on the other, by the gate. And in the middle, Vess, with a well-oiled crossbow.
You see, Geralt, all we ask is that you invite Radovid out for a stroll, bring him to the bridge. We'll take care of the rest. So what'll it be?
I'm in. But once it's done, what then? There'll be an uproar in the city. Panic, maybe. Need a place where we can wait it out.
Thought of that already. Remember Madame Irina's theatre? Abandoned now, not a soul looks in there. Tala and I will await you there.
Await us? Unwilling to risk your own necks?
Not the point. Dijkstra and I have many cocksucking virtues, but fighting ability's just not one of them. Not as fit for that as we are for a bleeding beauty pageant.
Don't worry, Geralt. My people are battle-hardened. They'll manage. You just bring them the king.
Do what I can. Where's his ship moored these days?
Just round the corner in Novigrad's port. And for your sake, I hope he's in a good mood when you look in on him.
The bridge must be clear.
My lads will make sure of that.
Guards round the temple, what about them? Won't they bloody congregate when they see the fight?
If they're paid a tidy sum.
Philippa? What the hell are you doing here?
Geralt, don't ask questions you know the answers to. It makes you look stupid. Eavesdropping on your conversation, naturally, with a good deal of interest and a measure of wonder.
Mind telling me what you found puzzling?
Your naivety. Do you honestly believe Radovid will fall for such a crude ruse?
Radovid's lost his mind. Doesn't think rationally anymore. That's why.
That is why he may very well choose to torture you, even if you brought me to him in chains. Just because.
Philippa, why even tell me this? Concerned about me that much?
Not at all. It's because I think it vital that Radovid die. You don't want my help, more's the pity. But I shall do what I can to make certain you don't fuck it up. Here, take this.
A ring. Redanian eagle etched in the ruby.
It belonged to Vizimir, Radovid's father. Hand him that, and he may believe you captured me. He might even choose to trust you.
What's the catch?
There is none.
Philippa, I know you too damn well. Always got a plan. Always got at least 2 irons in the fire.
This time I shall be content with one. Radovid's head planted at its end. Good luck, Geralt. You'll need it.
You see what I...
Whoa, stop flexing that.
No discounts.
Daddy's a witch hunter who chases old crones. Do you want to be my boyfriend?
Stop staring, you'll jinx our work.
Whoa, stop flexing that.
Learned all the easy-to-find switches already. I could use it.
Had enough of this job. Ram.
You'll choke to death on 3 pounds of...
Greetings.
Witcher Geralt, what do you want?
An audience. Got new information about Philippa Eilhart.
I'll need your weapons. Now follow me. Your Majesty, the Witcher, with news of Philippa Eilhart.
I hope you brought something better than magic crystals this time.
I know where she is.
Perhaps. Or perhaps you seek to trick me, like the others.
What others?
You see, a rumor went around that I generously reward any who bring information about Eilhart. There's no shortage of the greedy and the stupid, so a queue quickly formed at the gangway to the ship. The first aboard was a hunter. Brought me a dead owl with no eyes. He thought I'd believe it, shower him with gold. I had him blinded, then thrown overboard with a stone tied round his neck. The second was the postmaster from Oxenfurt. Claimed to have a letter she'd penned. It was forged, of course. I had his fingers cut off. He'll never write again. Oh, and I took his tongue. The spoken lie is just as reprehensible. Needless to say, the rest of the queue dispersed quickly.
I'm a professional. Got a reputation to uphold. Be stupid of me to come to you empty-handed.
My father's ring. Philippa used it to stamp her decrees. then distribute them as the word of the king. Where is she?
Under your nose, sire. In Novigrad, in a house on the bridge leading to Temple Isle.
Why haven't you brought her to me?
Gotta capture someone to take them anywhere. All I did was track her down, then stole this ring as proof that I had.
Do you fear her?
No. You want to kill her yourself. With your own hands. I know this.
You shall come with me. Hubrecht, gather the men.
How many, sire?
All of them. Well, where is she? Where is Philippa?
Like I said, house on the bridge, closer to the other end.
Close off this end. We need no guests, no innocent bystanders, or witnesses. Damian, Duke, Egbert, Freak, Caspar. You shall stay here, secure the rear, and kill the Witcher.
This how you reward those who serve you?
It is how I punish those who irritate me. You know too much. You impede me too often. And I find your arrogance an annoyance. I've had men killed for less. Follow me.
Any last words? Oh, fuck!
Free the Witcher, then Radovid. Hang on, Geralt. On our way. All right.
Thanks for your help.
Plan's gone to hell. So be it. We'll improvise. Follow me, Geralt. We must get to Radovid before reinforcements arrive.
Let's dance.
Open up! I command you to open the door!
You needed merely to ask. That settles the score. And that was from the heart. Forgive me. I could not deny myself the pleasure.
How did she? Where? Why? How the fuck?
Eavesdropped on us, back at the warehouse.
What? And you didn't think it worth mentioning?
Lads, the time to discuss this is later. Radovid is dead. It matters not by whose hand. Mission accomplished. Now let's get the hell away. Place will be thick with Redanians in minutes.
Let's go.
Well, what? Is it done?
It's done. Though all did not go according to plan. More on that later. First, a stiff drink and a toast. The North. Temeria.
Temeria!
Bloody Temeria!
Temeria. What now, Roach? A new guerrilla campaign against the Black Ones?
No. The war just ended.
How's that? There's something I don't know about?
I'd say so. You see, tomorrow at noon, the commander of Army Group Center will sign a truce in Emir's name. A truce whose wording we agreed with Dijkstra.
So back there in Velen, when the trolls nabbed you?
Yes, I was returning from the last round of talks. Emir will keep Edion and Lyria, but in exchange for Radovid's head and a stop to guerrilla activities, he will withdraw from Temeria.
Which will become the Empire's vassal state.
Self-ruled internally, with its own courts, administrative structures and army. The silver lilies will bloom neath the rays of the great sun. So I say were I a poet. But I'm not, so all I'll say is there was no other fucking way.
Haven't told me the whole truth.
You're right on that account. We know you're bloody allergic to politics, decided to emphasize majors and whatnot.
If it were done when 'tis done, then 'twere well it were done quickly. That but this blow might be the be-all and end-all here.
What's that?
Vakmeth, Act 1, Scene 7. Always wanted to play that. Never cast as anything but a halberdier. Geralt, what Tala told you, put it out of your mind. There will be no truce with Nilfgaard. Redania, under my enlightened rule, will fight on until it wins. And when it does, it will unite all the North, including Temeria.
What? How? This is not what we planned and agreed.
True. Instead, we insisted on one realm's questionable sovereignty, and to recover it, we gave Emir virtually all the North's other kingdoms. It was not a wise arrangement. So, no deal.
You two-faced horse. I will not allow this.
Actually, you, Roach, should be the first to understand I've no choice.
Why the hell would I understand?
Because you too are a patriot. Geralt, this doesn't concern you. You may go. Fare thee well on your path, or whatnot.
Can't let you kill them, Dijkstra.
Oh, hard luck. Then you'll die with them. Kill them all.
Stop walking into his soul!
Now!
Run, Gary! No! Gotta do everything myself!
Not your lucky day.
Bloody hell! Bugger me sideways!
That was close. Very close.
It's hardly over. The envoy, due to meet the Nilfgaardians tomorrow. No doubt Dijkstra ordered him killed. We'll need to protect him.
Sorry, you're on your own.
You've had your fill of politics, I understand. Once it's over, come to Vizima. you'll be received with honors. Farewell, Wolf.
Long as the Black Ones are chasing guerrillas around the Kedweni woods, Novigrad's safe.
To puke or not to puke, that is the...
You got brawny thighs, stranger.
What's up, club? Check your trousers.
Something slimy about you, to my mind. That's a rat,
This is
sure.
Help protect Ciri from the Wild Hunt, and the Emperor will grant you amnesty.
I hope we can trust you.
You can.
What of Fringilla?
That I don't know, but I shall take it up with him.
You barely said hello and you're already plotting something.
It's clearly in our nature.
I hear right. You convinced the Emperor to pardon them?
Provided they help us defend Ciri.
Got a hard time believing Emperor'd go in for a deal like that.
If you can't believe it, don't. I don't need you to.
Bit about Fringilla. What was that? Triss told me you couldn't contact her.
Perhaps because she sits in the Emperor's dungeon, chained in Dimeritium. At least that's what Rita implied.
Take it the Emperor forgot to tell you about this.
I don't like it. That was not our deal. When it's all over, I'll need to have a candid discussion with the Emperor. Come. They're all waiting for us.
Boring as fucking shit.
All are present. You were the last to arrive. Might we set sail?
Anchors away.
The king of the Wild Hunt sailed aboard the Naglfar, a giant longship that traveled between worlds. As Gels had advised, the Witcher set out to find the Sunstone, an artifact needed to draw Eredin into a trap.
Well, that settles the question of His Imperial Majesty's whereabouts.
Does he aim to conquer Skellige? But he knows. Those are my friends.
He wishes to grant you the Isles. with Sintra and the rest of the Empire.
Is that so?
The Emperor will have to help us fight the Hunt. And we've just found Fringilla Vigo.
We must hurry and find the Sunstone. Seems we've plenty to do in Skellige after that.
Fringilla Vigo. We need her here.
Can you teleport me onto Amir's ship?
Not a chance. It's better shielded than the Emperor's alcove.
Though we could try to force our way through.
We need Fringilla in one piece.
Think they know we're here?
Amir's mages, of course.
If the matter of Fringilla Vigo were resolved, they'd probably just send her over here in a skiff.
It's far from resolved. The Emperor pledged to ensure the Lodge's safety, but...
Fringilla's a pricklier matter. She's his subject, one officially sentenced to death for treason.
You'll need to learn what Amir has planned for her, once we've found a way to toss you over to the Imperial flagship.
I'll get on the Emperor's ship myself.
Plan to swim? With swords on your back? You'll get shot up like a sitting duck before you can say the white flame dancing on the graves of his foes.
Don't panic. He'll find a way. Make your approach by night. You'll stand a better chance then. And once you're on board, show His Imperial Majesty this letter. Hand it to him directly. We should remind him what he promised, and what he'll get in return.
At the moment, we don't even know what the Sunstone is.
It was created so the Mountain Elves could summon the vessels of the NL. Now it merely serves as a symbol of a lost opportunity to unite the two tribes. Truly? Can all of you be unfamiliar with the story of Gelban and Dillion of the White Fleet?
Tell us, please. Absolutely love elven legends.
Gelban was a sage of the Elder Elves. He fell in love with an Enshe elf, Dillion. Yet she spurned him.
That was a jest on Geralt's part?
Too late. It won't hurt any of you to know this. On the day the White Fleet was to set sail, Gelban gave Dillion a gift. The Sunstone. He believed Dillion's heart would soften in time. Once her longing for him burgeoned, she was to use the Sunstone. Though worlds away, he would return for her.
Sounds promising. Let's just hope this Sunstone proves more useful to us than it did to that elf woman.
What I want to know is if we'll be able to use the Sunstone.
You? No. Me? Naturally. With a touch of help from the sorceresses.
Of whom some are below deck vomiting, while others remain unreachable.
The Sunstone's in Skellige? How do we know that?
From legends. Elven ones. It lies where the White Fleet landed centuries ago.
Meaning anywhere on any one of the Isles. Splendid.
Ermion. I'll talk to him.
Know where he is?
I'll ask around the port. Krach's longships are moored there. I'm off.
Good luck.
You've no respect for our customs. Not...
Wolf, did you see? The black dogs in their rickety tubs. They bay at our gates, seek to strike fear in our hearts.
Saw them all. Where's Ermion?
Went to see Lugas. An uncrate on the throne remains a thorn in his arse. Now he's seen the black ones, it pricks him even harder. The druid's gone to reason with the dim-witted knob.
Think I'll join Ermion. Need to talk to him.
Go. And when you see that bloody twit Lugas, be sure and tell him... best not. The druid knows what to say. Farewell.
Oh, they're dead, sir.
Best blade's not worth shite if a weak arm swinging an aim.
Something I've always wondered. What do you witchers do once there are no basilisks?
What are ye looking at?
Respect, Witcher. Something I've always wondered. What are you? Basilisks, leshens, or giants around?
And what else would crack? I'll not kneel before an Oncrite, never. That clear to you?
You prefer to aid the Black Ones?
I'd sooner aid the rights of bleeding Moorhog than let crack rule all Skellige.
And your men, what do they say? Will they follow you when the Jarls call you a traitor?
This here's my land, Druid. Watch your words.
Would you be king by Nilfgaard's grace?
That's your bark before you bite. Did Crack send you here for my head? Well then go ahead. Try to take it. Get him!
Come on, come closer.
Oh, it's some kind of mutiny!
Should not stay here.
I'll watch ye die with pleasure.
Mistake.
Together! Yeah.
Give him hell! I'll watch you die with.
How long you gonna make me wait?
Move. That's enough.
Wait. This one's really funny. What's the difference between a Nilfgaard?
Well, Geralt, I see no row can occur in Skellige without your participation.
Mean and inaccurate, Ermion. Seems to me I've missed quite a few.
The blood of Croc's blood sits upon the throne, and that is your doing. I'm afraid you've ignited a small civil war.
For ages, men had shed each other's blood in the quest for Skellige's crown. Politics as usual, just a difference of degree. Yet the bloody feast at Caer Trolda was different. It was dishonorable, treacherous, needed investigation. More Witcher's work. Work that culminated with the crowning of the Isle's new queen.
So, Clan Drummond will attack sooner than we expected, it seems.
Thought Croc sent you to negotiate an agreement with Lugos.
Ha! An agreement? Only Croc believes such a thing possible at this stage.
Mean I didn't actually ruin things for you?
Not this time. Lugos' death stands to change a great deal. His cousin, who will now be named Jarl, is a weak commander. Stupid. This war will start soon, end even sooner. But why have you returned to Skellige?
How's Sarah's handling things?
Has the makings of an excellent queen, if she would only flee her father's shadow. Everyone, Lugos excepted, declared their support for her. Yet the minute the Imperial fleet appeared on the horizon, the Jarl took matters into his own hands.
And Hjalmar?
The lads led 3 raids against the Imperial fleet, all against Croc's will, all failed. Yet he'll find volunteers for another.
Yeah, sounds like Hjalmar.
Listen, Ermion, know anything about the Sunstone? Legends place it somewhere in Skellige.
The mask of Urberus first, now the Sunstone. Monsters may rest easy. You've become a treasure hunter. I've never found the Enshe elves interesting. But there's a skald, Eyvind. He could help you. Once told me of some inaccessible caverns or ruins or some such.
Where will I find him?
Today? In Arenbjorn, doubtless. You might also ask the pearl divers, Erling and Matthias Fishlung. Of late, they hunt near the tip of the bay, eastern end.
Fishlung? Interesting.
So they call him. Submerges for hours at a time. None know how he does it, but I've my suspicions.
Not too fond of him.
It's nothing personal. I couldn't stand his father or grandfather either.
Thanks for your help.
One thing, Geralt. These caves are ruins. Matthias and Erling's ancestors would have looted them bare centuries ago were they not protected by some magic barrier. Take a sorceress with you. You must have brought at least one along.
Oh, gaggle this time.
Gods protect us.
You were there, in the keep, when the werebears attacked.
You came to our isles. You saved us from the giant.
You're a witcher, right?
Gonna kill the Gigasmores?
The favor Lady Bran did for our son sure did bear a high price.
Not now.
Watching for Nilfgaard's fleet.
Fleet? Oh, aye, they mentioned something. Nay, I've more important matters on my mind. By my calculations, today's the day Gevorg, the legendary white whale, will swim the waters of Skellige. Been waiting for this my whole life.
What's this whale about?
He's to appear when spectres descend from the heavens into the waves. The serpent wakes the sea's wrath, and an icy monster devours an isle. Be the first bard to compose a ballad about him.
Legends don't happen to mention a curse of the Black Sun, do they?
Black Sun? What are you on about?
Never mind. Let's watch for Gevorg together, and you can tell me what you know about any elven ruins in Skellige. Heard of some cavern no one's been able to enter?
Good thing, too. Elsewise, they'd have plundered it long ago like all the others.
Avend.
What?
Just wanted to assure you I only want to look around the cavern. It's research.
Research?
Writing an adventure novel. Gathering material for it.
Mean to write up the coming of the White Fleet? Prime idea. Mayhaps you could use my translation of the Song of Gilban and Dillion.
Gladly, gladly. So where's this cavern?
Gotta sail east from Kertrolda. Cavern's in a cove, only accessible from the sea.
So long, and good luck with the white whale.
It'll show today. I'm sure of it.
Hands up, our girls!
Swords at his back. Will you help a man in need?
Heard the Nelfs were biting yesterday.
We so rather verify it now.
Going somewhere?
Ciri says there's a site in Skellige we must examine. Avallach's clearly hiding something from us.
Earlier, when we were in the Isles together, Avallach mentioned a laboratory. At one point, he wished to teleport there, to retrieve something. And he refused to take me with him. It was all very strange.
Sufficiently suspicious, don't you think?
So what? Want to just sneak in and root around?
Exactly. Coming with?
Fine. Where is it?
On a small isle between Undvik and Speakerog.
Not exactly on our way. Just found out the sunstone's on Ard Skellig. Cavern along the coast that we can only access from the sea. Gonna need some real magic to get in, too.
Go find this laboratory. I'll explore Ard Skellig. You can join me later.
Philippa, your eyesight. Only just recovered and magically simulated. Didn't you say you'd need some time to get accustomed?
Did I?
I'd forgotten how irritating she can be. Come, Ciri. We'll await you there.
A man in need.